Week 16 of electric football.
I couldn't be prouder of that opening. We've got Stuart Pace. We've got Tim. We've got Luke. And I'm Steve Brown. We're going to talk a little football as soon as Stu can see his notes. So why don't you start us out?
Because they're right here. I can touch them. Well, it's the Texans and the Bucs. Texans currently fourth seed in the playoffs, and not a lot is going to happen even with a win here. But I smell an upset by the Bucs. You know what? The Buccaneers have a pretty formidable offense when it works, and Houston doesn't really lately. Their offense has been lackadaisical, if not wonderful. So I am going to take this crazy notion that the Bucs can win one here.
I thought about doing the same thing, and then I thought Deshaun Watson in a big game, he's the man. He really does. He thrives under pressure. I know this is a Clemson graduate saying that, and I believe, I could be wrong on this, but I believe most of the Bucs wide receivers snapped their hamstrings. So I think Godwin is out, and I don't know if Evans is back. Yeah, Winston is throwing for 450 yards every game, but he's also throwing for 2 or 3 interceptions a lot of the time.
True. Are they counting those?
In
his yards? How many yards the other guys got?
Well, I mean, if I could actually start the whole it's fantasy football like for real now because there's no defense allowed. It's ridiculous. I mean, is Jameis Winston one of the great quarterbacks of all time? No, but he's setting 900 yards. Used to be a freaking season for some quarterbacks,
right? And
now he's doing it in 2 games. But I'm going to take the Texans to prevail in a close game. I thought about the upset, too, on this one.
I like the upset.
Tim?
Well, Jameis Winston is the best quarterback on his team. Having said that, I think the Texans are going to slap him around a little bit. I really do.
Okay. Well, so I'm going to keep this sheet.
I was going to do the upset thing, but then I realized I didn't want to be wrong on international television or whatever this is.
I scored us out. We both went 10-5 last week, so not bad.
Oh, okay.
I went 16-16.
Because he wasn't here.
Exactly. Wasn't wrong.
Texans or Bucs, buddy?
Bucs, even though they're not deer. Get it?
Yes, we did. Bills versus Patriots. Go, Tim.
Oh, what am I going to say about the Patriots? Let me just ask if anyone was up there last week taking pictures. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's a bunch of crap. Just to get it on the record and off my chest, this latest stupidity with the investigation of the Patriots, leaked video footage, come on. You read the report on Deflategate, it sounds like the blooper reel of the Zapruder film. Don't need it, okay? I don't believe it. It's all horse crap, So
I'd love to see the blooper film.
I did not. Did you guys see Did you see the leaked footage?
No,
I didn't either. I didn't bother to pay attention to it
because I don't think it's Tecmo Bowl.
I don't think it's going to amount to much, but it is weird that it's always you guys.
Yeah, it always is.
It's never the Falcons.
We're the most glorious team in the history of the sport, and they're under a microscope for that reason.
So will the most glorious team in the history of the sport beat the Bills this week?
Yes, they're going to beat them by, I would say, 7 points.
Okay. All right, Stu, you want to take a poke at this?
Well, here's the thing. This game is it's a huge game for both teams. New England needs it to stay ahead of Buffalo. Buffalo needs it to tie New England. So this game is going to show if there's a power shift in the AFC East yet. And if so, is this the decline of the Patriots? A loss here, Kansas City and the Texans win hurts Buffalo. So if the Texans and the Chiefs win and Buffalo loses, that's harmful to the Buffalo playoff. However, not taking anyone but the Patriots until they show me consistently how they lose. And they're home. It's a huge game, Patriots.
Yeah, the question in this game is can either team score? Because both defenses are their strong points. Mm-hmm. Both offenses are kind of weak. It's going to be It's going to be a low scoring. Who's hurt?
Edelman.
Oh, is he? How bad?
Brady's hurt.
How bad is Edelman hurt?
Either a partial tear of a patella tendon or tendonitis in that patella tendon.
Ooh, did not know that.
I have had me some
tendonitis.
That's
because, you don't wear the flying Elvis.
And that's bad
you don't get the emails.
That's bad for them because he's the only guy that can... Boy, Brady can't count on these guys to catch balls right in their hands anymore.
Yeah, no, even on the touchdown to Harry, he had to, wait and, go, Come this way.
Yeah.
You need to be right there.
Well, that's because
But-
he was doing on-the-job training.
It's
Where did you go? Where did you go? It'll be all right.
Stand on the bottom of the S.
Aren't you a big boy now? You caught that ball. Aren't you a big boy?
Go to the fire hydrant. Make it right.
Yay!
But it's that kind of experience, and it's being at home, and it's better coaching that is going to take the Patriots to a 10-3 win here. Luke,
Ooh, low
Bills
scores.
or Patriots?
This is the first time I'm going to say this, but both, because I have an Uncle Bill and Uncle Pat.
Uncle Bill. I
Rooting
forgot
for the
about
tie.
Uncle Bill. We haven't seen Uncle Bill in a while.
Uncle Bill, if you're watching this,
All
don't
right,
take it personal.
But which uncle do you love more, Bill or Pat? Because we need a pick here, Luke.
Pat.
I
Bill,
hope
you
your mom doesn't
suck.
watch this.
Now you know why you're not at Thanksgiving, Uncle Bill.
Rams at the 49ers. And both teams laid huge eggs in big spots last week. But watching the Rams just utterly unable to move the ball against the Cowboys.
Yep.
And Sean Lee's pickoff of Goff was a beautiful thing to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It just convinces me that the 49ers, who are a better defense than the Cowboys, can shut down Goff, and that Gurley is not fully healthy right now. I'm taking the 49ers.
Yeah, which of either of these teams shows up? The Rams look hapless. The 49ers D is better than Dallas, so you have to imagine that they can shut down the Rams as well. Could be a shootout. I don't know. Depends on which team shows up here. The 49ers, I still don't think they're the best team in the NFC. Let's take a Rams upset this week.
I did until last week. Tim, I'm going to ask you for your Rams 49ers pick, but I'm also going to ask you, what are we drinking right now? Because
All
this
right,
is very good.
Today's beer of choice is not another double IPA from Brick City Brewing. Here in the jewel of Bergen County, it's a beautiful place. It's the Paris of New Jersey, Little Ferry.
So,
Brick City Brewing.
Brick City Brewing, if you want to
Brick
sponsor
City,
the show,
Except for a Coke.
this is a double
I'm too
IPA?
young.
A double IPA.
I normally hate double IPAs, but this is really good. Brick City,
Apparently
is,
you don't.
Coke needs less advertising. Down, boy.
Brick City is doing something right.
Brick City.
All right,
Absolutely.
so whose turn
When
is it
you're
on the
shitting
Rams?
bricks.
I think it's Luke's turn on the Rams.
Rams 49ers, Luke.
Niners, because for some reason Stewart spelled their name wrong. Curse you, Stewart. Curse you, Stewart.
Where did I spell their name?
You don't have the 4 in front of the 9.
Oh, because they're the Niners.
Luke actually works off of Stewart's notes.
Yeah.
Tim, did you make a pick on this?
Well, I'm trying to work off of yours because they're handwritten.
No, we were
and I
doing
don't
the
understand.
IPA
You should be a
commercial.
doctor.
Yeah, my handwriting's horrible.
Yeah, apparently I need.
If you want to see my handwriting, look up the book The Unsubscriber by Bill Knott. That's my handwriting on the cover.
That's unbelievable because I cannot read it.
There you
And
go.
I've already forgotten the name and the
I
author.
actually got on the cover of that book because
Light
my handwriting
Sleeper.
was the worst that he saw.
Light Sleeper by C. Handy Man.
Unsubscriber Bill Knott. It's a book of
Oh,
poems.
that one.
My handwriting.
All right.
Go ahead, Tim.
Here's a poem. Once there was a team, it seemed like a dream. Then he got picked off, and his name's Jared Goff.
Nice. Well
I
done.
just came up with that on the fly.
Extemporaneous.
Niners by a shovelful. Okay?
Oh, sure.
See what I did there? 49ers, miners, shovelful.
Extemporaneous. Temporaneous? Did I get that?
Extemporaneous.
Contemporaneous.
Bengals.
Wait.
Oh.
I actually choose the Rams because apparently Stewart didn't spell their name wrong. They're supposed to be in the Niners.
All
Never mind
right.
that, Stu.
Thank you.
Bengals.
I love a full retraction when it happens.
Bengals at Dolphins. Go, Stu.
Finns look to really let this game go. They have to let this game go to move up in the
We
draft
gotta
standings.
lose this one, guys.
This is the game we have to lose. This game means second place in the draft or third place in the draft. We can't afford to be
Does it
any.
really?
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. So it's Chase Young or nothing.
because I'm expecting a Giants victory and I'm expecting the Redskins to win the following week. So this game for me, I really need them to lay down. You need to lay down and take a loss. Raekwon McMillan, one of our linebackers, one of our top tacklers, just went on IR. There's no information why. So we are tanking this game. Still, I think they give up a fight and they win.
Wait, you think they put him on IR to tank?
To tank.
Wow.
I still think we win.
Conspiracy theory Stu
I
is
still
out.
think we win, but ugh.
Dolphins accidentally win game. Phil
Yeah.
at 11.
Yes.
You actually looked at the schedule weeks in advance to figure out what's your best tanking options.
Yep.
God bless you. I
Been
hope
doing
I'm,
it for 3 weeks.
I hope I'm never in that spot.
But I
again.
always root for the win.
Yes, always root for the win.
Bengals suck. I'm taking the Dolphins. Tim?
Oh, the Bengals, you know what? I mean, Cincinnati, what's the best thing at the Cincinnati Zoo? Where they used to keep the Bengals, all right? As you can see, Super Ginger is nowhere near what he should be in the list of elite quarterbacks that actually live in Ohio. Let's face it, they're done. Dolphins, they're going to lose, too. But in a good way. They're going to lose their draft space.
I can't even afford a tie.
Exactly, dude. So the Dolphins are going to dump, and they're going to dump in a big way. Yet still, they're going to find a way to draw victory from the snatch of your feet. It's crazy.
I know.
So yeah, Dolphins by 3.
Ugh.
Last Dolphin with the ball is going to sneeze, and it's going to go in.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, but Tim just talked about Dolphins dumping and snatch. It's very awkward. Luke, Bengals or Dolphins?
Vince, fun fact, by the way, hats, hatless.
It is true. Hairless, almost.
That's true.
I have a full hat. I just got my highlights
If
done.
you split the screen down the middle, you only have to watch one half.
Absolutely.
Steelers, Jets, bearded hobo Ben gives me nightmares. Oh my God, what is going on with that man? He scares me deep in my bones.
Yeti Roethlisberger.
Did he let it go?
I actually had trouble picking this game. I actually think this is basically a pick'em, but I am going to go with the Steelers on the theory that Mike Tomlin is a better coach than Adam Gase, and that the Steelers have more of a pass rush than the Jets do. I'm going Steelers.
I just can't. You know what? This is one of those games that the Steelers, first of all, the Steelers don't deserve to be in the playoffs the way that they're playing. What are they, on their 5th string quarterback? Is it the hot dog selling guy from last week that's in now?
No, I think they're back to the Duck Dynasty guy.
Oh, they are back to Duck Hodges?
Duck Hodges.
Dodgers in the 21st century.
I don't think that the Steelers are playoff caliber and they need to go away, but they will fight. The Jets have enough offense to win this game. I am taking the Jets.
Wow. Tim?
Steel curtain has become the shower curtain. And I think what they should do instead of playing the football game, they should let the 2 fan bases onto the field and let them fight to the death. Because that would cause that'd be a lot of good things happening there.
I think they did that in Oakland at the end of the game.
Yeah, they did. They were breaking the stadium down.
Well, it's the last game, so now there's no football in LA. Anyways.
Still the San Diego Chargers in LA.
Yeah, I know, and they're from Oakland, but
I
still
will not
there's no
call them
football
the
in
LA
LA.
Raiders.
Between the Chargers and the Rams. Yeah, LA's a doomed city anyways.
Who?
Anyways, back to what we were not talking about. Yeah, I would say the Jets are just jerks enough to win this game.
Yep.
So,
J-E-R-K,
last guy
jerk,
with the
jerk,
ball,
jerk.
another 3-point victory.
Luke, Steelers or Jets?
Steelers, because one of these days someone's going to steal my dad and Stuart here, so that way Tim and I can take over electric football.
We'll give you the show next week.
Luke actually...
Wow, Machiavelli Brown over here.
He wants,
Holy cow.
he wants the show.
A tu Brute.
Giants
Young Luke.
at Washington, and I don't know what to say about this game. This is just a horrible game. Both teams are terrible. I know what Stu wants from the draft perspective. I do think that the Washington team is a little more talented and a little more motivated at this point. But it was nice to see Barkley back and making some cuts for the Giants. I'm going to take the Washington team. I said Stewart attack. I try not to be racist in any way, shape, or form. But watch out when you send Dak Prescott, because it turns into dark.
Yes. Racist.
So made me feel racist, and I don't want that. I am taking the team from Washington.
First of all, I want to congratulate Eli Manning. What a great send-off. You beat my team, which is great. And
You're still not a Hall of Famer.
The fans at the end of the game, as he walked off, it was cool that they let him come off a little early to the standing ovation. He was crying on the sidelines. I'm not a Giants fan, but I am an Eli fan. I've always liked Eli. I think he's a class act, so kudos to you, Eli Manning. And
Manning, if you watch electric football, here's to you.
And go beat the racially insensitive Redskins on Sunday, because I really need that.
Timothy.
I don't want to come off as racially insensitive,
But
no.
you do.
I don't like that. I don't like either team in this game for different reasons. Mostly because of my Lakota Sioux heritage. That's why I hate the Giants. Kidding. I'm Irish.
No one's
Same
buying
thing.
that.
What
No,
is
I
going
understand
on?
what I said. It's because it says
What's your Indian name? Drunky McBeer?
No, we've got
Runs with IPAs.
runs 2 IPAs. You're so funny. I like it. This is great. Yeah, there's no way this game isn't going to just be a snoozer, you know?
Oh, it's going to be awful.
I mean, unless there's some bloodshed.
And the problem is...
It's not even worth DVRing, okay? I tried to DVR the last time they played, and it refused to record. All
So
right?
this
I swear to God,
this
it's
event not
It's a
available.
bad commander file name. You know? It totally howled on me. What are you doing, Tim?
And can we call it a blackout if you can't watch it in your area anymore? Just asking for a friend.
Well, if you call them Redskins, you can call it a blackout. I don't
Okay.
know. I mean, it's crazy. It's a crazy world we live in.
Lucas.
Let's not be Redskins.
Wait, Tim hasn't actually made a pick yet.
Oh,
Giants
it's a
by,
half an hour
Giants
into the
by
show.
7.
Okay, Luke,
gave me
Giants
such
or Washington?
Fertile ground.
Redskins, because they have a very racist name. What?
We're losing it
What they
completely here,
do.
folks.
I mean,
It's
Yes,
the holiday
they actually
season.
do, and they should change the name. They really should
To something
change the
non-offensive like lobbyist or lawyer.
The Washington impeachments.
Washington.
name. The Washington gridlock. It makes perfect sense. Jags
Giants
at
tournament's
Colts.
on at 4 o'clock.
Colts.
what? No, Panthers at Colts.
Oh, Panthers at Colts. Thank
yeah, don't be
you.
such a dumbass.
Colts.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, where's the mouse to just shut this thing down? Colts
Shows
beset
up
by
around.
injuries, having been embarrassed by the Saints last night, seem like they're likely to lose out the rest of the. I mean, God bless T.Y. Hilton for giving it a go, but they've got nothing on offense. The Jacoby Brissett, it's kind of like a Kyle Allen or a Gardner Minshew kind of thing now. Like
Minshew, I don't even know you.
he had.
God bless you.
He had some good games, but it seems to be going downhill for him rapidly. I am taking the Jags or the Panthers or whatever cat that is they're playing.
Meaning
Stu.
this game, no idea, Colts.
Tim.
Okay, hats off to our friend, those who wear them. Drew Brees, congratulations on your thing. Good for you.
Yeah,
It's
it'll
nice
be-
to see you beat the Colts by a zip code.
If you could only had a 0, I would have won $7,500.
Well, if they won
Really?
by 750 points, no one would ever want to play again. Anyways, yeah, how is it not going to be not the Colts? It's impossible. Colts can't win.
Luke, whatever Panthers team that is versus the Colts.
Colts, because I'm the only Colt here. I'm a young horse that's not old enough to race, so I'll get trampled
Yeah,
over
but we're
easily.
going to make you into glue.
Are you sure you're not from New Mexico?
What?
That's a
Ravens
Mexican thing to say.
at Browns. The Browns are. Oh, by the way, I forgot with the Giants. Good job on getting rid of Jack Rabbit. Just Janoris Jenkins. Just we're out the door. See you. We're sick of you. Our neighbor Janoris Jenkins, whose brother murdered somebody
Murder House!
about a block
Wait a
away
minute,
from
did
here.
he get convicted yet? Because you have to say alleged.
Allegedly murdered
Allegedly.
somebody about a
Alleged.
block
This
from
is
here.
still America.
Murder House.
Fairlawn is not going to miss the Jenkins living
No,
here.
they're not.
Oh, he's been gone since that
The
happened.
murder.
He's never come back.
Murder!
You guys know this sort of thing. I don't. Ravens at Browns. The Browns are imploding. Freddie Kitchens is ready to fight his own players. Players are going up to the Arizona Cardinals and going, "Come get me. Take me with you."
The Cardinals. That's how bad it is. They
Yeah.
want to go to the Cardinals.
Things are freaking bad when you're
Yeah.
begging to play for
It's like
Arizona.
that lady in Happy Gilmore at the nursing home.
I have-
Mister, get me out of here.
No idea what Tim is referencing.
Really?
I'm taking the Ravens.
This is a revenge game for the Ravens because one of their 2 losses is to the Cleveland Browns
Good
earlier
point.
this year. That won't happen now. Ravens need to keep the winning streak going to stay ahead of the Patriots for the number 1 seed. There's no way they lose this game. The Ravens.
Tim, go ahead and pick the Ravens.
It'll take a plane crash for the Ravens to lose this game.
And you're rooting for a plane crash. I
Oh,
imagine
no,
if you're in-
no.
If
not
I'm
that
New
kind of
England,
guy.
I'm rooting for a plane crash.
All right, I'm rooting on the 737 Max.
Luke, what game are we
Bird
doing
strike,
here?
bird
Ravens
strike,
or
bird strike.
Browns?
Oranges. I mean, if you're gonna call them the Browns, at least make them brown, not orange.
Keep working that angle, buddy.
Yeah, he's trying.
Jags at Falcons. And we've got an elf injury. The Jags woke up and ruined the Raiders, last game. The fans evidently were rioting at that point. It's ridiculous. the Falcons ruined the 49ers and maybe ruined my faith in the 49ers. There was a lot of controversy over that touchdown. It was a touchdown.
He was clearly
Shut
on the
up.
line. Shut up.
Oh, my God. I'm so sick of them going like, did the ball hit the ground and move? It used to be you made a call, you moved on, and now it's just ridiculous.
But now we have high def, super slow mo that
And
we
they
can actually
still
see
get it
everything
wrong.
that happens
I
and
know,
still
and
be
it's
idiots and get
Still,
the call wrong.
No, it's
Out of bounds with the Patriots against the Chiefs.
I mean,
Just put a GPS on the ball already.
Anyway, the Falcons are doing some sort of weird late season, like, oh my God, we actually do have talent and can play. I'm taking the Falcons, and I'm going to say it wrong, but God bless Quintoris Lopez Jones, a.k.a. Julio, who is now the Falcons' leading wide receiver. And when you think about it, certain teams have great positions throughout their existence. The Vikings defensive lineman, I'd put them up against any team's defensive lineman ever. Falcons wide receivers, Jones, Roddy White, Andre Rison, Alfred Jenkins, Michael Haynes, Burt Emanuel. That's a hell of a list. And Julio Quintoris, which I found out only today that's his name, Quintoris Lopez Jones,
Okay.
is on the top of that
I
list.
couldn't find the Quintoris.
I would.
I hear it's just a myth.
Oh, myth.
That was the best one ever.
I would have assumed he was at the top of the list for the last 4 or 5 years watching him play, so I had no idea he was not the leading receiver.
You forget about Roddy White. When they were together, Roddy White was one hell of a receiver. And they have Calvin Ridley, too, who's going to climb that list. Brian Finneran. They have a hell of a list. Like, you guys have a hell of a list of running backs.
Mm-hmm.
You have a hell of a list of one quarterback. But
Yes,
Three
every
guys.
name on that list is Tom Brady.
you have like linebackers plenty.
We have 3 running backs.
Kick, Morris,
Zonka.
Zonka, Roddy Brown, Ricky Williams. Well, so what is the Dolphins?
Two season wonders?
What's the Dolphins' best position then? I was trying to do it off the top of my
The
head.
guy who takes the tickets and the guy who cashes the checks.
What, Marino and
Greasy.
Yeah,
that's it?
and the kicker.
All right,
Ray Finkel.
you could go linebacker with Buonacani. You could go Zach Thomas,
Nick Buonaconi was great.
the Baumhauers,
AJ Dewey?
AJ Dewey.
Okay.
Mon-
Dewey? I don't know if he does.
No, if you look at teams,
Probably our offensive line. Stevenson,
Stevenson,
Langer.
Stevenson.
Stevenson, Langer,
Two
two Hall of
Stevensons, They were
Famers.
twins.
Right.
Two Hall of Famers, centers of Hall of Famers from Miami.
Who was the guy
Then
who
you
wore a
had-
shirt?
Then you had Richmond Webb. We had
I forgot about Richmond.
yeah, Bob Kuchenberg, who should be in the Hall of Fame.
Coochie.
Cooch, and of course Richie Incognito.
Here you go.
Hey, Richie, I just saw your phone. It's on the internet.
Where
How
are
you
we?
doing?
Honest to God, look up Viking defensive linemen, and we've against.
Murderer's Row.
Go ahead, Dolphin.
Yeah, Dolphin.
I know you
You
can
do
better
Miami.
than
I
the
know you
Vikings.
got this.
Oh, Dolphin Dust by
All right, so where are we, Tim? Jags at Falcons, or Stu? Did you do Jags?
Yeah,
at
let's see if Dan Quinn can win one more or two before he leaves, taking the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, when he leaves Atlanta, Dan Quinn can always step in as a Magneto in the next Marvel Comics thing.
Or as a medicine woman.
Oh, true, Dr. Quinn. But let's face it, the Falcons, they're starting to play football. Great time to start playing football. Kind of like the Super Bowl when you stopped after the third quarter. Anyways,
If this doesn't win an Emmy, I don't know what of our shows is going to win an Emmy.
Oh my God! Look how long we've gone
I
already.
know, and
Oh
we
my
have
God,
like
with
7
all
more games. If you're still with
Falcons.
us, this is hilarious.
All right,
Falcons.
Luke, Jags at Falcons. Who do you like?
Jags, because I bet they ride around in Jaguars all day.
Yes, we
Came
get
out of the
it.
car.
Saints at Titans. And Drew Brees, I mean, there is an argument to be made that the guy that has the most touchdown passes and the most yards ever should be considered one of the top quarterbacks ever.
He is.
But that little Drew Brees doesn't get respect because he's short.
Was he the Doug Flutie of the NFL?
Just my theory. He's
Actually,
not,
Drew Brees in the NFL.
honest to God, he's not even considered like, when people talk about the best quarterbacks right now, it's like Brady, it's like Wilson, it's like Mahomes,
Wilson.
it's Aaron Rodgers.
This show has always liked
that little Drew Brees.
I think he's great.
Seriously, take away the Minnesota Miracle, which was not Drew Brees' fault,
None.
and the worst ever non-call last year in the playoffs. He could have gone to a couple Super Bowls in a row.
Yep.
He could be looking at 2 or 3 Super Bowl victories.
Or he could have lost twice to Tom Brady.
That's true too. But at least he would have been in them. I'm just saying, like, somebody said, who's the most beloved quarterback other than Eli Manning? Like, Stu talked about it. Great, we're in New Jersey. Eli Manning had his going away party. Great. Drew Brees to me is nothing
He's
against
America's quarterback.
Nothing against Eli Manning, who is Mayberry's greatest quarterback ever.
I'm just a quarterback, fellas.
God bless. No, and he's handled fame well. God bless him. I'm not ripping him, but Drew Brees teaches America how to be human. I mean, he's just amazing.
He's a great guy.
He almost got an ESPN. He almost did a 30 for 30 last night. He went
29 for 30.
29 for 30.
And he's obsessing over the missed pass. Shut up.
Oh my God. Michael
up.
Thomas has he had Fred Biletnikoff stick-em hands.
It was ridiculous.
He's pulling things in that should
Costa
not
Rican
be
tree
caught. He's about to obliterate. Nice. He's about to obliterate Michael Thomas's record for receptions. And Brees is going strong. No offense, Tim, but right now it's Brady and Brees in a race for who's going to end up with most touchdowns. And I got to put my money on Brees by a long shot.
I can't disagree with that.
So I like him here in this game.
And he is the world's most beloved quarterback.
I think
He is, and he should be.
Everyone hates Tom Brady.
It's true.
Other than me.
Tom Brady has
totally
done nothing
respect the guy.
wrong in his
Jerk.
Yeah, I mean, we're jealous of him.
We are jealous of him. Let's
but
put it out there.
All of those guys and Rodgers, they've all handled fame really well.
Yeah, Rodgers is another peach of a guy.
Deshaun
Hanks a quarterback.
Deshaun Watson has handled it amazingly well. I mean,
Jackson.
The only guy that
he's been here 12 minutes.
I mean, Roethlisberger hasn't, but
but not in the ladies' room.
But Jackson,
Rivers, Ryan,
Watson, I can live without Rivers. Wilson,
no, outside of the NFL,
yeah,
stand-up guys.
Prescott. Actually, if you look at the NFL quarterbacks, you never, other than Roethlisberger, you never end up with a guy that's really a jerk off. Am I wrong in that?
No, it's absolutely true.
It's weird.
No, that's why they throw to wide receivers who turn out to be jerks.
Right,
I'm sorry.
exactly.
Yeah.
I can throw the ball. I don't have to act out.
All right, so I'm taking the Saints. I'm done ranting.
Well,
Stu.
4 minutes before we even get to the pick here. Tannehill, while decent, cannot keep up with the Saints. Take the Saints.
Tim.
If you don't take the Saints, you should definitely get your oil changed upstairs. All right.
Luke.
Well, before I pick,
get up. Get up!
I'm up. I'm good. Thanks, buddy.
No slouching, Dad.
Anyway.
Saints or Titans?
Saints, because these aggressive Titans will crush these puny Saints that are too kind to jet to fight back.
But you just picked the Saints. Raiders at Chargers.
Well, Titans,
I'm a little
I
scared.
don't know. Whatever.
I'm a little scared.
Let's just
I
move
got to
on.
tell you, I feel
He was
bad
in
for the
character whole
Chargers.
time. He really committed.
I could not watch the Viking game here, so I listened to it on the radio, and you could hear the skull chants in the Chargers stadium. The announcer said that it was 90% Viking fans in the Chargers stadium. You don't think the Raider fans are going to take that stadium over? They are going to own that stadium, Raiders.
Oh, yeah. Raiders with extreme outside playoff shot, extreme, but I still like San Diego. Chargers.
Tip.
I'm sure that radio broadcast even sounded purple. You know, there were so many more fans. The Raider fans are going to take over that stadium because they just destroyed their own and they have nowhere else to go. I mean, either that or it's a long 5.5-hour drive to Las Vegas.
Is that a radio broadcast from the 70s?
Yes, it is.
Foreman with the ball goes off the
Raiders are going to absolutely pummel the Chargers.
Luke.
They're going to dam the river.
Sorry. Yeah, it's the end of the river. Luke.
Absolutely.
Raiders or Chargers?
Chargers, because I bet their quarterback is going to charge right down that river. Get it, Phillip Rivers?
Got it.
Good.
Lions at Broncos. Go, Stuart.
Neither team in the hunt. No one will be watching this except Lions and Broncos fans. Broncos.
Home field, Cortland Sutton equals victory. Broncos. Tip.
Animal versus animal. No zoo in the world would take either of them. I'm going to have to say, Broncos.
Luke, Lions or Broncos?
Lions, because I bet they will rip apart these puny Broncos with their sharp teeth.
Cardinals at Seahawks. This is what we call a
bird fight. Wasn't paying attention.
But it's not much of one. I feel terrible for Josh Gordon. At first, when the guy gets his first suspension, you go like, what idiot loses millions of dollars to smoke weed? But he's now on like his 5th or 6th suspension. This is probably it. He's one of those guys that you could look back on and go, I mean,
how do you feel bad for the guy?
I feel bad for him because he can't stop and he wants to stop.
That guy's made more money than you and me put together.
I know, but
he smokes weed and he gets paid and he goes back. You and I would never get another job. Screw you, Josh Gordon.
He's tried to stop. It's
pot.
I hear you. I do, and that was my initial reaction. But at this point, I have come around, and I feel bad for you, Josh Gordon. I hope you get your life together, and we'll always wonder what might have been. But he wasn't doing much for the Seahawks anyway. Lockett has made some of the most impressive catches this year, and he's a little guy. I mean, he's
Edelman-y.
He lays out better than just about anybody. And the Hawks need this to maintain the position. The Cardinals have done better than anybody expected them to. I thought Kyler Murray would be in a coffin by now.
They're opening up their homes to the Browns. That's how nice the Cardinals.
So I'm taking the Seahawks. Stu?
Seahawks need the win to stay top the division. Seahawks.
Tip?
Josh Gordon's problem ain't the weed. There's something wrong with him. Probably his head. He just can't follow rules.
He has admitted it's not just weed. He's on like codeine. He's on cocaine. He's got real problems.
Yeah, well, if he wants to do a remake of North Dallas 40, he can do it on his own time, okay? Hawks are going to beat the crap out of the Cards. End of story. They don't need Josh Gordon and that strange smell in the locker room.
Luke, Cardinals or Seahawks?
Hawks, because another fun fact, my dad and I here saw a hawk in our neighbor's backyard and a squirrel. That was insane because it was pretty close to the hawk.
We actually watched a squirrel charge at a hawk and run the hawk off, which you're not going to see too often.
I'm more impressed that we didn't go with the Arnold voice on the last one.
Is that Arnold? I don't think he's doing Arnold.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Get down!
Cowboys at Eagles. This is it for the NFC East. And I'm doing this one with the heart and not the head. I want the Eagles to win this game. I needed the Cowboys to beat the Rams last week to help the Vikings in their playoff positioning, and I still could not root for them. I am pulling for the Eagles, even if their only weapon right now is Zach Ertz.
Eagles have less firepower. I am picking the Cowboys, rooting for the Eagles.
There we go. Tim?
Cowboys by a landslide.
Luke?
Cowboys, because this is a boys-only club, so sorry, Mom, Aunt Jen, Aunt Mina, if you're watching this, but no ladies in this house.
Sorry, Harrison, too, because you're an Eagles fan, but you're out of luck. Chiefs at the Chicago Bears. If Jesper Horsted had just thrown a freaking pitch, they might have beaten the Packers. Allen Robinson was alone at the 10. Yes, I know they would have had to have gotten the 2-point conversion, and yes, I know it's not a guarantee. But, oh, my God, you could have had the greatest play. The guy's from Princeton. He's supposed to be smart. If a guy is tackling you and the game is ending, just throw the ball that way. That's all you had to do. Sorry.
One job.
Chiefs are
Brick City beer.
Oh, and how fun was watching the Chiefs in the snow?
I love snow games.
And that's why I am a Minnesota Viking fan. Because of that. Screw the freaking domes. Let them play in the snow. Let them do snow angels. Let them slide 15 yards after a reception. Go Chiefs.
Except on the broadcast, stop overlaying the yard lines. It interferes with the actual visual of the TV. The players disappear into that void. Stop doing that. I don't need to know what the yard line is. That's why they have the zebras on the field. They take care of that. On the bright side...
Wow, cranky Stu.
All right. Trubisky, is he going to be replaced next year? I think Trubisky's replaced next year. Chiefs need to keep winning and hope that the Pats stumble in the next two. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Trubisky made some hellaciously
Well,
talented
he's done.
throws.
He's done.
Go ahead, Tim.
Well, even a blind squirrel finds an acorn once in a while.
Yeah, but a blind squirrel doesn't go across his body and throw a laser beam. He's got talent.
No,
Well,
because he's
blind
blind.
squirrel
And should we
sometimes
pick
chases
him?
off a hawk now, doesn't it? All right, so sometimes you never know.
That squirrel did have a cane. Now that
Full circle. Full circle. I don't know what I was yelling at.
Woo!
See 'em.
We got one more game here.
Listen, I can't
Yeah, it's a big one,
stand.
too.
I can't stand the Chiefs. All right. And I can't handle the Bears. So, Chiefs are gonna win.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Luke, Chiefs
It's not even a
or
watch,
the
by
Bears?
the way.
Bears.
It's
Wait, hold on.
It's a Miami fan wristband.
I know. I've been doing this for 20. I haven't had a watch on in 15 years. People
Green
buy
Bay.
watches.
All right.
All right, last
no, wait, I
game.
didn't decide.
You
Oh,
decided
No,
you're wearing a Bears
Bears.
jersey.
It's a hard Bears jersey. See? Trubisky. See?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Look, last time you see Trubisky on TV.
Except it's backwards.
So's Trubisky. It's
It's
perfect.
Ice Gerbert.
Monday Night Football.
Last
Green
one of
Bay
the year.
Packers against the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, and by the way, a lot of those games, those first three games, Saturday.
Yes.
There we go.
Texas, Bucks, Bills, Pats, Rams, Niners, Saturday.
Green
What? I have a
Bay
game on Saturday?
at
You
the
do.
Vikings. I know, and like, who is not?
4:30.
If you're not,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I know, that's my bad.
If you're not going to a holiday party, stop. If you're not going to a holiday party on Saturday, you're a loser. Green Bay at the Vikings, and I am going to pick the Vikings, who are 6-0 at home, who need this game desperately, not only to have a chance to catch Green Bay, which isn't going to happen because Green Bay ends up with the Lions, but to hold off the Rams, because if the Rams and the Vikings end up tied, the freaking Rams win the tiebreaker. Adam Schefter says Cook is going to be out not only this game, but both games.
3 weeks.
I don't know where Madison stands on recovery right now, but I do know that even with Boone, it's your middle name?
Madison.
His second middle name is Boone.
Wow, you learned something new about people
See?
you've known for a long, long
If you were
time.
on Facebook, you'd know.
Mattison is your
No,
middle name.
M-A-D-I-S-O-N.
Then shut up.
The classic name trap. You fell into it, sir. Way to go.
Mike Boone is a
Picking on the
damn
deaf guy.
fine third running back. He's going to do just fine. It was good to see Harrison Smith out there making plays and not injured. It was good to see Adam Thielen back. Danielle, however the hell you say it, Hunter
Smith.
Danielle.
and Everson Griffin are out there chasing down Rodgers and ripping his ears off. I like the Vikings.
Their games have been close over the past 2 seasons. The Vikings need this game more. I'm going to take the Vikings at home here.
I'm going to kiss you on the cheek.
Ooh,
No, I'm really not.
okay.
Tim,
Wait, why not?
Now we have to change the rating of the
Oh.
show.
This
Yes.
might be our
I'm
longest show.
gonna kiss him. No, I'm not.
record show. Come on.
No
Tim.
doubt. All right, this sounds like a game from the 70s. You know, an important game in the NFC, the frozen Northland of
Came
America.
from the 70s. It's the match game show.
I
I
swear
wrote
to God,
that
yeah.
down.
Gene Rayburn picked this game when he was young. I'm going to say the Vikes are going to do a little bit of smash mouth, old school, bloody knuckles football and come away with the victory.
We got 3 Vikings picks here. Luke.
Come on, Luke. Green Bay Packers, who we hate.
Nope, forget about those Vikings. Those Packers are gonna pack them back to Minnesota, or pack them up and send them back to Minnesota, or even better, Iceland, because that's just how much I hate them.
This has been the longest episode ever. See
Now
you
I
next
got
week.
Darth
Bless
Vader
you if you
felt.
made it this long.
Bye.
Oh my